Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. Please enjoy the show.
It's the corner where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you made it here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We got you.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Chief Concerns. I'm Marcus Dash, and tonight is another night of Chief Concerns. JD will be joining us shortly. He is traveling back from seeing our guy, Chad Dunn. He went to see Chad earlier. Chad, I don't know if you're in the chat already, but word. So yeah, guys, we are a couple weeks away from training camp. I mean, we're getting down to the brass tacks here, the nitty gritty. And I'm seeing a very packed house in the chat. Very lively. You guys are naming former Chiefs players in the chat. I see Dale Carter. I see Reggie Tung, Jerome Woods. Okay, some good names here. Dan Salanula. Okay. John All, Duron Cherry, Tyler Thigpen, Jared Allen. Okay, we got a lot of the guys. We have some former players that we've had on the show here in the chat as well. Yeah, guys. So I wanted to. I didn't make a graphic tonight. I'll make one for Monday. But I wanted to, every YouTube channel has like a trailer. Like when you go to the page, it has a trailer. So we haven't really changed. I haven't messed with that trailer since we started the show 4 years ago. So I wanted to kind of put a little something together before the season starts, before we get to September, where we kind of hear from you guys. So if you guys would. And this is kind of what I drafted up. I'm gonna make a graphic for it in the coming days here. But essentially, what I want to do is I want to get videos from you guys. I want to collect videos from all of our Chief Concern subscribers. If you guys are willing to show your face, and we'll put it up on our trailer. But I was gonna compile all the best sound bites from you guys, about 10 to 15 seconds, just telling us what your favorite episode was, what your name is, and why you like Chief Concerns. Just something quick. 10 to 15 seconds of why you love Chief Concerns. And you guys can send that to chiefconcerns@yahoo.com. And I'll compile those. I'll get my video content creating guys, my guys who, do videography for a living. I'll make a nice little video, and that'll be our trailer for Chief Concerns in 2025. And hopefully for the next few years, maybe we can update it with more subscribers so we get more of you guys willing to do that. But would love to see videos from you guys. So, yeah, seriously, chiefconcerns@yahoo.com. That just send your video, 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah, so I would love to hear from you guys. So, yeah, I think it's a cool way to show new viewers and future viewers, hey, look, this is the Chief Concerns community. We're a community. And, yeah, I think that it's a cool way of doing it instead of just showing me and JD talking about Chief stuff because, of course, that's what the channel's all about. And obviously you just go to our videos, but hearing from you guys, the Chief Concerns community, and how lovely it is and how good vibes we got. And I kind of want to showcase you guys for our trailer video for the upcoming year, as well as for future years. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll make a graphic on Monday. I'll post that. I'll actually probably put it on our YouTube posting and Twitter this weekend. But yeah, what you got to do, and then send it off to chiefconcerns@yahoo.com. And yeah, so again, I want to see a lot of you guys. All right, so I better get who we have 30 people in the chat right now. I better get 30 videos by the time I post that thing on Twitter or on YouTube. So I'm putting that out there for you guys. Hopefully, you guys like the idea, and yeah, we'll get to it. So yeah, so tonight we got a really packed show, and we're talking about Patrick Mahomes, talking about the weapons, talking about ESPN saying we have the 12th ranked weapons in the league, which is kind of weak, I will say. We have Chris Jones, an anonymous coach, called out Chris Jones in a recent defensive tackle ranking, as well as Trey Smith. We are getting down to brass tacks. Ooh, Jason Tarbox, Percy Snow. Now, fun fact, Percy Snow, on the other show, my 76ers show, his brother Eric Snow is my co-host. So there you go, the tie and the connection of Philadelphia and Kansas City there. Percy Snow, Michigan State legend. Go green. But yeah, we'll be so we're talking about all that. What else are we talking about tonight? Trey Smith, obviously his contract thing's coming up here soon. So we'll see about that. Also, new breaking news tonight: the NFLPA and NFL were found to be colluding on some shady stuff, and JD's going to talk about that later as well. We'll talk about that. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk tonight. As we get closer to training camp, I know everyone's excited. I know people are pulling at stuff. I know you guys are mad. Some of our viewers are mad that we talk about Trey Hendrickson. Someone said it's clickbait. It's not clickbait. It's speculative. It's fun. I didn't say, it'd be one thing if I said the Chiefs are interested in him. I didn't say that. So, relax. Some people get mad about it and misuse the word clickbait. Don't misuse clickbait. Clickbait is when someone's lying to you and says, oh, Chiefs are interested in Trey Hendrickson. No one said that. No one on Chief Concern said that we are interested in Trey Hendrickson. We said that would be interesting, but we never said that. Linda Hunter, who called number 15 fat? Oh, that disgraced former radio host in Kansas City. That guy's a loser. I don't even know his name. Like Kevin something. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, that guy. Kevin Keitzman. This guy's a loser. So don't worry about him. Yeah, no one cares who this guy is. And Bobby Stroud dominated him. So I think we're all right. Yeah. A man who needs to lose his job. Well, he already has lost his job, Witchy. That guy left. I think he was a radio host in Kansas City. He made something racist comment a couple years back. I think he lost his job. Either racist or sexist. I don't know if I know the backstory behind him. Lost his job, and then now he's on some fringe network and saying dumb stuff. But again, nowadays everyone's got a podcast and everyone's got a platform to say something. I don't know who the heck's listening to that guy. And first off, for me, it's like, how do they even get to be news? The fact that some random dude's got a podcast and he said that Mahomes is fat. I mean, why? Who gives it? Who gives a rat's ass? Honestly, seriously. Yeah. So yeah, that guy made a comment about him. So who cares? Yeah, exactly. He's a nobody. Yeah, you guys got it. You guys get it. General 51. I was thinking of James Hasty, but couldn't get the name. James Hasty. It's our guy, friend of the show. He was on. He was one of the few actually of Chief Concerns guests we've had on who couldn't figure out the whole video thing. I don't think he wanted to use the video, so he ended up kind of calling in, and so that was an interesting one. That was during the pre-recorded days of Chief Concerns when we used to pre-record stuff. Joey, always wonder would Percy Snow been a good linebacker? That the bike accident. Yeah, I'm a big Percy Snow fan. He was awesome. What could have been, honestly. Start committee is always doing deep dive searches to find the biggest loser takes. Yeah, but again, why are we giving these people? So that's the thing. It's like, I'm not knocking Start committee for what they do, but I'm just saying, why are we going out of our way to find dumb stuff like that? Who gives a rip about this dude? Whatever. But yeah, so it should be a good, action-packed show tonight. I will say, I didn't know no one even said anything about my idea to get you guys get you guys some airtime with our trailer video. No one excited about that. No one's saying anything in the chat about it. My gosh, you guys I think I'd be stoked about the idea. I think I'm more stoked about it than you guys are. Jeez, come on. G-Pix was a fan of it. Hey, G-Pick, you're my guy. Always hype me up, man. Love that. Yeah, Bonnie Holiday, good name. You guys just naming random Chiefs players. I love that. It's a game me and my boys play all the time. We do a random basketball name game. We just do that. So I love that you guys are doing that in the chat. Okay, well, enough of me. We got our guy joining us right now. Our guy, former Chiefs tight end, Jason Dunn, joining us now. There he is.
What's going down? What's up, brother? What's happening? What is happening? What's going on? What's all the chatter going on right now in the chat?
It looks like they're playing Chief player name game. So everyone's just listing Chief players in that. They've been going for a good while. Even before I got on here, they've been going on here.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah. I've seen Jerome Woods. I've seen Tyler Thigpen, Eric Hicks, Ryan Sims, Bonnie Holiday, Dale Carter, Percy Snow. Eric's my Eric Snow's brother, a former Chiefs player.
Oh, okay. I did not. I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know they were brothers. I did not.
Yeah, the Snow family. They're all Michigan State guys. Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. Yeah, I'm seeing some good names on here. Start with DA. Woo, boy, I came out swinging with DA right there.
I think I've seen your name on there like 3 times.
I would hope they would name me, Yeah, on the show. So, it's good stuff right there. It's good stuff. Who's all in here in the chat tonight, Marcus? Let me see, man. Who's all
you
in
name
here,
it. You name it. They're in here tonight. It's a packed one already.
Man, I love it. Good to see you all. Welcome. If this is your first time or if it's your second time or whatever time it is, welcome. Glad y'all came to join us tonight. We're going to have a fun one. I'm sure Marcus is all, the usual suspects is always Witchy Hall right there for sure. And so Jason Tarbox, Gary Holland, Trey Smith, Gio Perry, Witchy, of course, Word, General 51. I ain't seen that name. Sure. What's up, General 51? Marcus Allen. Great name. Pulling up. Harold Santos. G-Pick is in the house. What's up, DJ? Gary Holland. Greg Rose. Iko. Maybe that's it. What's up, guys? Hope all is good. What's going on? Hope all is well with you, too. Let me see. Andrea Chanel, good evening to you as well. Faye, I said, what's up to you, I think. Bear Morris, Jason Tarbox said. He's throwing some names out here. Who else we got in here in the night? Man, you know what? Yeah, we just know, like today when I woke up, Marcus, I just knew today was going to be a good day, a beautiful day. You ever have those just like, man, like it's just refreshing. You stretch your arms like, you know what? It's going to be a beautiful day. And so what y'all have done is y'all have put a cherry on the day and the night for me. So it's always good to see our good people out here. Jeremiah de Muertos, what's up, my guy? Good to see you out here, brother. Linda Hunter is here. What's up, Linda Hunter? Hey, Yuck Food 2.0. Mark Millen, just because I love Mighty Mouse as a kid. That's a great one right there, of course. About Time is here already. What about Time? I know you got some good bourbon about Time. What you sipping on tonight, baby? I know you got something. Joe E is here as well. Let me see, man. Eric Hicks, man. They throwing some names out here. Nafis is here. What's good, my guy? Good to see you, Nafis. Janae Rains. What's up, Janae? Good to see you, Janae. Let me see. MJ is here in the house. So, let's see. Who else is here, brother? Man, it is a packed house. Sasha is here. What's up, Sasha? Sasha's in here. New Sasha be here. Thank you. Nice hat, Janae says. Appreciate it. So, yeah.
That's one of my favorite hats of yours. You have a lot of great hats, but that's one of my favorites.
I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
So I was kind of going over the kind of the rundown tonight, but I also I was introduced the idea. I was gonna this weekend I'm gonna make a graphic. I'll post it on Twitter and on our YouTube page to make it easier for people to kind of make a video. So essentially, what I want to do is on every YouTube channel there's a trailer, right, JD? Where you click, it's the first video you watch and you go to it. And ours, it's from our long time ago. I haven't changed it since our 2021 days. But this one, what I want to do is I want all of our subscribers, as many people as possible, to send in 10 to 15-second videos saying their name and why they watch Chief Concerns and why other people should watch Chief Concerns. And that's the crux of the video. And everyone's going to send their videos in, and we'll put that together, and that'll be our trailer for the Chief Concerns channel.
Man, that's a beautiful idea. Beautiful idea. So everybody, y'all heard Marcus, man. Submit your videos. We would love to go ahead and splice this thing together just to show you all. And I always love to see, faces. I get, sometimes it's good if you want to stay, confined in your area. It's like I'm a little shy, whatever. But listen, we would appreciate so much for you just to throw something like that on. Just tell us how much why you watch the show, like Marcus said. Like I said, man, we're forever grateful anyway. We are for each and every one of you guys and gals. So thank you so much. So would you be in the shadow realm? Would you come out? I know would you come out? But you can put a mask on, or hide your face, whatever you want to do, and do it that way if you like. So the G-Pick said, "I got something for you." I bet G-Pick you do. I know. I already know, brother.
G-Pick's have a good one.
Yeah. Send it in. Put it in. So.
Wow, so fantastic. Solidifying your spot atop the interactive podcast world. Appreciate you, Sasha.
Thank you, Sasha. For me, I think I would feel empty if I didn't have this type of feedback or people that I can interact with. And I'm just out here talking. I can get out and talk all the time if I wanted to. But, man, listen, when you sit there and engage with other people, like I said, this to me reminds me of kind of being in the locker room. Everybody's, chatting up, got your feet kicked back, and you just kind of telling your little stories, and everybody's kind of talking. It's the way it goes. So, man, this is our team right here, our own little locker room. This is our family, right, if you will. So, hey, love you guys. Love you guys. So,
yeah, it's one of those things that we started only 4 years ago. And I can't imagine that. Like, what do we do on Monday and Wednesday nights and Friday nights and post-game shows before all this? I can't imagine a world we didn't have this, JD.
I don't know. Me either.
But yeah, so in having you guys, say why you like the show, just putting you guys out front. So when people click on the channel, they see you all, the words of the Chief Concerns community, as to why they like the show. So and the channel. So. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Well, it's my people, man. I got to see y'all every Monday and Wednesday, right? You got to check up on your folks, see how everybody's doing. I love it.
Exactly.
So, Eagle Rare, baby. Here we go. Good choice. Great choice, about time. Just sipping that Eagle Rare.
On the Browns, I was thinking about doing a 15-minute short film. Well, I don't know if these other new viewers are going to watch the entire trailer. They'll probably watch the maybe 30 seconds of it. But if they like what you guys are saying, they'll stick around and watch the whole thing. But 15 minutes might be a little long and Wamda.
That's all right. Go on, send it on in. I'm the Brown. Sure, we'll get it down, man. Okay. I'll let you go ahead and get on your rant about whatever. I know you want. Hey, look, I got this and this to say. But I told you, Marcus. I would love to have open up the waves, the airwaves, or whatever. For people to get on. We said, Noah Spence, all the way out there in Bali, was one of our guests that came on the show. We first started this. We was like, hey, man, we'll open up the lines. We could come on, show your face, maybe ask a question, talk about it, and then we kind of move from there. So, man, I'd love to do that. Hey, listen, if y'all think that's a great idea too, possibly to get some of y'all on, we would love to do that, to come on and maybe have a 10-minute segment with you guys to talk about a few things, right? Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know we get a little bit of it here, interaction, through the comments, but man, we're very personable people, right, Marcus? So.
100%. I think I've had a few people on Twitter message us saying to do like memberships where like some of the other channels do it, where like they do monthly Zoom calls. So on a monthly Zoom call, everyone kind of like throws their thing out there and stuff. So that's something as well. I've had some people contact us about that. We could do that. We do a lot of ththings with it, really.
Absolutely. So
General 51, I like this show because you guys' voices are not annoying and it's an honest show. I appreciate that, General 51.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I know what you're talking about. So so we love doing it, General 51. We do. We really do. So, I always say y'all the one that makes the show, right? So this is a good time. It's a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad you don't think our voices are annoying. So that's good.
So who caught Marcus on All Chiefs Up with the collaboration? If you haven't seen it, check it out.
I was a guest on their show. They put it up this week. I think it was last week when I joined them, but they put it up, I believe, yesterday. Talked about a variety of different Chiefs topics. It was fun. The Williams brothers, of course, they're from Kentucky, so of course they're phenomenal guys.
Yeah, of course. I said, look, man, y'all ever in town, give me a call. Okay, we go and hang out, and go have us a beer or something.
Yeah, and that would be the true Chief Concerns, all Chiefed Up collaboration right there. You guys meeting up for a beer, a little brewski, and a talking Chiefs.
yeah, it's a good deal. Good dude, man.
So tonight we are going to talk a variety of Chiefs topics tonight. But before we get to that, there's an interesting article and story that broke a couple hours ago. And, of course, being on Chief Concerns and having JD here, we can actually talk about stuff with a guy who is actually in the thick of things. And I'm going to post the photo here, or the headline, so you guys can know what we're talking about here. So this was posted a little bit before we came on today. Here we go. So Ari Myra, My Sports Update. The NFL and the NFLPA quietly agreed to confidentially deal that hid the outcome of a collusion grievance, which found the league urged owners to limit guaranteed money after the Deshaun Watson deal. Players weren't told, and it's sparking major backlash inside the union. JD, I mean, obviously, you read this headline, you're like, wow, it's pretty wild that the teams were colluding to kind of not give players guaranteed money. And I think that's just, I mean, for many reasons, that's horrible. But what are your thoughts in hearing this as being a former player?
Really, it's disappointment. Obviously, we think that the union is supposed to be the ones that have our back in good faith, should be trying to negotiate better contracts, better benefits, and whatnot for the players, for our future. And this right here, man, just, speaks of, fraud, collusion. It does. And I'll say this, it is somewhat of betrayal, to be honest with you. And so when you're actually employing guys to come in and do their job to help you out, and then you come find out they're doing back deals, behind closed doors, to the point they're not even wanting to push having guaranteed contracts. Now, how crazy is that? I mean, when I'm telling you this is like the ultimate betrayal. I believe, Marcus, that each executive that got in and spoke about this, every player, every former player needs to hold these guys' feet to the fire, need to hold them accountable, and have them provide some answers. Because to be honest with you, man, this stuff, man, is absolutely ridiculous on every level of what guys, expect from their union. And a lot of that is integrity, right? To have my best interests at hand. And like I said, if you're leveraging our future on these back deals, then it's absolutely wrong. Be completely transparent. Why wouldn't you be? And so this just tells me that the union, or whoever these guys are not working for us. They're not. They're in bed with the owners and everybody else to try to keep the money down. And that's a shame. And the fact is, Marcus, through all of this, the owners are making more money than anybody, hand over fist. Like, it's ridiculous how much money they're making. It goes up every single year. So this also speaks volumes of selfishness and greed, right? Oh, we want to keep more money. Why? You're not the ones putting yourself in jeopardy for the entertainment, put the people in the seats. Without the guys, you're not going to be making the money that you're making. Really. And so this right here, man, is very disappointing to hear. I shared this article with a couple of guys with Barbershop TG, Kevin Lockett. There's some names that you can put on your list. Billy Baber, some guys, that I played with, we, kind of threw it out there. And I was just like, wow, can you believe this? The fact is, man, I know a lot of guys that represent us in a lot of different ways through the NFLPA. We got chapter meetings. This is something that's going to come up that I'm going to definitely discuss and bring up, because we got to have full transparency about what this thing is and why it should never happen again. And so everybody that was part of this needs to be fired. They do. They need to be replaced. This is a shame. It's absolutely a shame. So it seems like they're working for the owners. Really, it's like Roger Goodell. I'm just going to say it for what it is. Roger Goodell is making more money than any other commissioner that's been out there in the NFL, and you know why? It's because he protects the interests of the owners by far. So I guess, Marcus, if you're making $55 million or however much money he's making, you could shake hands with him.
His career earnings to date, about $700 million. His career earnings,
700 was
almost $1 billion.
Crazy. Yeah. Hey man, look, this is one of those when you talk about golden parachutes or Enron and all those guys, the CEOs that's making all this money. That's what they're doing. And we know who he's working for. Now it comes to find out that the NFLPA is in bed with these guys as well. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have negotiation and you shouldn't have a little bit of diplomacy to work these things out, right? Good faith, but to collude with these guys and then not bring it out, it's the abdication of your responsibility. Matter of fact, not only that, but it's also against the collective bargaining agreement. It's illegal. That's what that is. So, dude, that's heads got to roll. So why would anyone protect billionaires at the expense of young men putting life and limb at risk? Well, Sasha, great question. It's almost like we see right now in the community today, right? We've seen all these things being passed that more money is going to go to the 1%, the wealthy, than it is to the middle class and the poor people. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Simple fact that, greasing people's palms. Those people right there don't need the money. These owners don't need that money. They got plenty of money. They got more money they can spend, Marcus. They do. And I get, all the players are making a whole lot of money. Yes, they are. But there's a lot of guys that are sitting over here who are hurt, who got CTE or absolutely are being devastated physically and mentally because of the game. Now, guys will still play it, but let's make no mistake about it, okay? The ones that have want more. It's the greed part of it. They want to keep it for themselves. And so it's the same thing, like I said, in society today. What we see, okay, is this abdication of responsibility to the people, all right? And so I think it stinks. To high heaven, it stinks. Absolutely stinks. So that's my 2 cents.
No, and I wanted to hear what you had to say on it because, just obviously you played. And so I'm sure you guys have conversations about this kind of stuff, the collusion and the thing is too, it's like, I'm sure to a level you guys already kind of thought this kind of stuff happened, right? But like now to actually see it come out, it's like, wow, like, all right, all my suspicions and all the stuff I had thought all along, I hope wasn't true, but now we find out there is some kind of dirty stuff going on behind the scenes.
Well, like Sasha said, this is the way of the world, man. It's the way of the world. And when you see the greed and deceptionness of people who profit off of the back of others, this is exactly what this means. You're showing it right here. Unknown Alias says, is there a way or possibility that players can sue the NFLPA or the NFL over this? I'll tell you what, you better find a way, especially when this thing comes off. It stinks to high heaven, and you absolutely got to expose it. And everybody needs to be held accountable for what they're doing and who've done this. Every single one of them. So I do believe that there is something there for sure that you can sue them, okay? Because it's a breach of contract to the players. This is exactly what it is. That's why we employ you to do those things for the union, to the betterment of the players. That's what we ask you to do, okay? And like I said, it's against the collective bargaining agreement to do something like this. Shameful, absolutely shameful. So
yeah, so he also posted this as well. Nearly 6 months after the ruling, the NFLPA is now appealing the arbitration decision that alleged the NFL and teams colluded to limit fully guaranteed contracts.
So nearly 6 months after the ruling, the NFLPA is now appealing the arbitration. So you appeal it, okay? All right. So once it gets exposed, you realize you're not doing your job, and okay, we're going to appeal it. Okay, now
exactly
right. Still need to be held accountable for all of it, right? What happened to begin with. So who you brought it to the table to have this conversation? Somebody should immediately got up and walked out. It's like, no, we're not going to do that. Well, will we do that? Look, I get guys getting paid a lot of money, but hey, guess what? Y'all getting paid a whole lot of money too. Whatever y'all paying that guy, y'all getting 20 times, 50 times more than he's getting. Easy. So Stanley Moon said there has to be some guaranteed money in the contract, one game, one play, and given Sunday be the last time a player walks again. Can you imagine the conversation? Agreed? Absolutely, Stanley. Well said. And that's exactly what it is. So I've said this, Marcus, we are a commodity. And so we're only worth as much as we're able to give out there on the field. It's almost like, and I get, you got to do your job, but it's almost like you've seen when guys get hurt, okay, in practice, Marcus, and what do the coaches and everybody do? What do they do?
Everyone takes a knee.
Well, they take a knee, but what I've seen also too, and you've probably seen this, is they just move the drill. They move drill from the injured guy, and move him off to the side, or hey, let's move on down the field and keep doing our work. And it's almost like that. That's almost like almost forgotten. Y'all take care of him, he's fine or whatever. And so sometimes you see guys get hurt, and they, hey, here's a little money. Seeing you over here. Sounds familiar? Yes, it does. The Monday Green Beans. No, don't shut up, man. You got to talk about these things. These things are important to talk about. Okay, and I'm just talking about society and where people are. Okay,
because what's going on here is it's a smaller scale to what is going on. Like you mentioned, right? It's a same conversation being had in the real world, but also as well in the NFL, just on a different level.
Of society in itself, sure. Yeah, 100%. I agree. And I'm saying that the players are peasants by no means, and all that, but we're sitting there saying fair is fair, right? Fair is absolutely fair. But you can't be going in and talking about not getting a guaranteed contract to guys because you feel like they're getting too much money. No?
It's ridiculous too, because it's been mentioned here, but it never made sense as a little kid, right? It never made sense to me how baseball, the contract's fully guaranteed. Outside of a pitcher throwing out his shoulder, probably one of the safest pro sports. Basketball now, right? That's all that money's all guaranteed now. It's like another sport where like nowhere near as dangerous as football, but yet football is still the only one where there's a different part of the contract that's a guaranteed money, but some of the other money of the contract is funny money, and that is not real. And it's like ridiculous how like the most dangerous game, the money's not guaranteed to guys whose career could be over tomorrow. And as a little kid, it never made any sense to me.
Great argument, and they'll use it against you by saying, "Well, look, that's the reason we can't give guaranteed contracts because these guys are in a high impact game and do get hurt more frequently than others. So why would you guarantee a contract of $30 million when it could be his last play the very next time, right? So they use that argument against you. Okay. But when you know what's being put on the line, then you have to say, hey man, listen, this stuff right here is real. There's guys out here who are really suffering. And also too, this is just a marker where guys that are playing can help produce and build wealth for their own families, maybe their own communities. And that's how you got to look at it. But these companies, corporations, and sometimes they don't care about those things as much. I will say this. One thing I loved about Lamar Hunt, okay, was Lamar cared about people. He did. Now, Lamar also was made a whole lot of money. He was making money. But I do believe he genuinely cared about his players, really. And we understand business is business. We do understand that part of it. But like I said before, once you start leveraging to these guys where you just, use as a piece of meat, we throw you a throwaway, that's when you got to put in perspective. And so you should be like, hey, look, we got to make sure these guys get everything that they're owed should be coming to them. And we're not going to back up from that. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. So it's wild. I mean, that's why you had these strikes. That's why these strikes was happening back then, 83. And I think what was another one they had. The guys were like.
Was it early 90s?
I think so.
The scab season?
Yeah. So those are the things that you had to contend with. And you had to fight for those things. And that's why I love the guys that laid the groundwork that came before us. Okay. And I even put myself included to what's going on right now today. I'm glad tight ends are making the type of money they're making. So much crazy because sometimes people think that you're making the money that these guys are making. It's like, hey, man, I ain't making no type of money these guys are making. Seriously. They not even close. But those guys that came in that played in the 80s, the 70s, and 60s, like I was telling about some of the guys that got into the Kentucky Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think his contract, Grenarson, I think he made $8,000 for a year, and then got like a signing bonus of like $800. Something was wild number. I was like, wow. Yeah. So Trey Smith and Deshaun and his agent laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, but he can laugh. But the thing is that when they making this deal, it's going to hurt everybody else. That's what they're trying to do, keeping guys from doing it. So,
I mean, at the end of the day, like the fact that the NFL stepping in to tell these teams what to do, it's like these teams we talk about all the time, right? Like, especially good organizations, right? They're not. We talk about, right, that they're very strategic with it. We make jokes about Veach being a penny pincher sometimes, but like the good teams are strategic with the money they place. The Browns just they just went really hard wanting to get a quarterback, so they paid him all that money to help him out just in case with his whole legal stuff. That's why they paid him that money. So it's like to pay off the debts or not the debts, but to pay off his legal fees. That was kind of why they gave him all that guaranteed money. That was a special situation in itself, and a weird situation with the whole massage therapy thing that he was doing. So that was kind of, but the fact that like they, even on top of that, they still go out and try to give these teams a memo of what to do, like don't do that in the future kind of thing. It's like, yeah, it's shady and weird, and the NFL should not be getting involved in that. Each team is its own. Each team is its own business. They don't need somebody going in and telling them what to do on top of that. So it's odd. Yeah.
Well, like you said, man, it's the owners all of them get together, and that is it's a special group that won't let a lot of people in. That's why I told you. I mean, it's why these jokers won't open up the books. They will not tell how much money they are actually making. Yeah. Imagine that. I mean, them jokers is back there like this. It's like your wallet. You know how you do your kids, you turn around, like, how much money you got? Like, here you go. You don't even show how much your wallet is. That's what the owners are doing. They ain't never gonna open the books up. As soon as the judge ordered them to open up the books and stuff, we got a deal for you. Okay, we'll come to terms with the deal. Oh, okay, but you still don't want to open up the books. So yeah, man. Yep. Owners never have enough money. Never. Nope. No. Owners, corporations, wealthy people, never enough.
So, what was the other quote you were telling me earlier, that thing that Shaq said?
Huh?
What was the thing that Shaq said about owners and money?
Yeah, Shaq was saying, like, look, I'm rich. I know I'm rich. Owners, they're wealthy. That's a different type of wealth. I'm rich. The owners are wealthy. It's a difference. Very big distinction. And that's true. That's true. And we can look at it as well. Like somebody was talking about, like the concession stand workers. Man, people who are just getting paid their arrowhead. They need to get paid more money. Why not? I've always been an advocate for. Wow,
they only get paid tips? I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
Hopefully that's not true. That's hard to believe because it's like, hey, man, you need to pay these people, a fair wage for sure. What all they had to deal with. I think we just kind of missed that in society, man.
I remember Real Sports with Brian Gumbel did a whole special. This is many years ago. I don't know if they've done anything with that since, but it was a whole special about the cheerleaders, how every team has their own dance team and cheerleaders, and they get paid nothing. I mean, yeah, they get paid like a stipend at the end of the season, but it's like nothing. And they talk about the amount of time they put into the dance team and the cheer stuff. They get paid like nothing for the whole season if you think about it. Let's see, NFL cheerleader. Oh man, this is okay. So compensation varies significantly, with some teams paying as little as $100 per game to the cheerleaders.
Wow,
that's nuts. The Cowboys, for example, have done a recent pay increase with some veterans potentially earning up to $75 per hour, and that's Dallas Cowboy girls are the creme de la creme of the cheerleading.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
man.
Yep,
That's
story as old as time, Marcus.
I mean, it's at some point there's going to have to be a unilateral kind of strike to this kind of thing. Not just the football players. We're talking about concession stand workers. I mean, what Hearts and Roses just said. I mean, they're only getting paid tips. The whole. I mean, I don't know if the NFL concession stand people are part of an NFL union or whatnot, but they need to raise up and have a full thing. But again, if they're only getting paid tips, it's like a volunteer kind of thing.
No, they ain't gonna be part of a union. Shoot, you can't even get Walmart to unionize different people.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's tons of corporations that don't want to do that. Why? Because you had to pay people living wage and guarantee benefits and all. They don't want to be on the hook of those things. Sometimes you got to purposely want better for others. And sometimes it's about profits. It's about shareholders. We get that. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. So, all right, man, we got to move on from this because it is. I could drag through this all day.
And it's also sad too.
It is sad. It needs to change for real. So
yeah. Yep, gotta love corporate America. Yep, Rich. Yes, sir. All right, so we got a packed show for you guys tonight. I know that kind of put some. I hope that didn't put you guys in a down mood at all, but we got some good stuff to talk about tonight. So
yeah, it means we got work to do. We got work to be better people. Okay,
yep.
cheer for the others. Okay, stand up for them. That's what we need to do. We need to do it around the country.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna begin with Patrick Mahomes, baby. So as we talked about the other day, we talked about his Kay Adams interview. He said some stuff that we talked about on Monday. JD kind of hinted at the weapons talk, but kind of putting it all together. So the NFL, ESPN does a yearly rankings of weapons in the NFL. And Bill Barnwell ranked the Chiefs. He's an NFL insider. Bill Barnwell ranked the Chiefs' weapons number 12 in the NFL, citing a declining Kelce, an injured Pacheco, and an uncertain wide receiver room. However, it is the highest ranking the Chiefs have had in the annual ranking since Tyreek Hill has been traded, so it's an upgrade based on that. But with Rashid Rice on the mend, Xavier Worthy flashing late, Patrick Mahomes is saying it's the deepest receiver room he's had, and this is what Patrick Mahomes had to say about that.
I think it's going to come from everywhere. I mean, obviously you got Rashid being back. He looks great. You have Xavier Worthy, who came on so strong at the end of last year. You have Hollywood Brown healthy again. Guys everywhere. You add in Travis Kelce, a Hall of Famer, and Noah Gray, a great tight end, and everybody that we've added to all those different rooms. Well, we have so many weapons. Let's go out there and just maximize it all. It's not going to be just one person. It's going to be the entire offense going out there and showcasing what the Kansas City Chiefs truly are. It is going to be the deepest. I mean, it's hard to always say, like, you had Tyreek and Travis Kelce, Hall of Famers in the prime of their careers, and that it's hard to always say that it could be deeper than that, but at the same time, it's not the depth. I mean, it's going to be hard to make cuts because we have so many great receivers that we could be 8, 9 deep, the guys I can see making the roster, and that's what you want. You want competition, and we have that. Brett Veach, Coach Reed have done a great job of bringing guys in, and they've been competing, and we're excited to get to St. Joe, Missouri, and go out there and compete and showcase who we are.
8, 9 deep, JD. So the roster stuff we talked about, I think we said, 6 or 7? 8, 9? Mahomes wants 9 guys around. He might get 9 guys around. That's a lot for a receiver room. So this begs the question, JD. We've talked about all offseason what this receiver room can be. Everybody who's a Chief fan knows the impactful guys we have in that receiver room, and also tight end room, and also the running backs. But why are so many outside the Chiefs Kingdom fan base sleeping on how dangerous this offense could actually be in 2025? And really just how good this offense can be, because we talk about it's like, easily Patrick Mahomes could have, back to 50 touchdowns based on the weapons we have, if everyone's healthy. But why is it that everyone's so kind of like, 12? Kelce's declining, Rashee Rice, uncertain receiver room. I mean, like before Rashee Rice got hurt last year, he was like the number 1 or 2 in every category receiving the ball. We know how good Hollywood Brown can be when he's healthy. Xavier Worthy, we don't know how good he's going to be. I mean, the guy flashed the second half of last year, but like, why is there such this kind of mystery about the Chiefs to the outsiders?
Kind of thinking about this, I do believe it has to do with, what we've done in the past. I think what what they're alluding to also is saying, hey, the Chiefs are kind of unproven. Rashee Rice, yeah, he had a great rookie year, came out last year and did an okay job until he got hurt. Hollywood Brown, he got hurt. Went to Xavier Worthy, caught some balls, they did a lot of reverses, but didn't really catch a lot of deep balls. They didn't really connect on those things. And then you said it again. You said it because Travis Kelce is getting older, up in age. He may not be as crisp in his route running or escaping like he used to be. They might even question what we have in a running back. And so when we start just talking about weapons on offense, they're sitting there saying there's a question mark there. And to be honest with you, Marcus, I'm okay. I'm fine with it. I am. We know what they got in there. Patrick knows what he has in there. He's trying to let everybody know, like, hey, man, look, we're coming. We're coming for you. And we're a deep, deep wide receiver group with just weapons all around us. Okay? So he's letting these jokers know. He said, I'm warning you right now. This is a warning. This is all I can do. I can let you know what we have. Once we get there and you haven't taken heed to my words, watch out. Bombs away is what's going to happen. And so I do believe that's probably the problem. That's the question. The question is the consistency with the guys. That's all. And that's what they're looking at. And to be honest with you, I would say, okay, that's fair. Rank us 12. That's fair. Put us right there, right? And make sure everybody don't see us coming. Because once we get out on the field, then you're going to find out exactly who we are. And I told you, it's going to be like an Olympic track meet. That's what it's going to look like. So, hey, you better get your hamstrings, your thighs ready, man. Okay, because they're going to be burning a whole lot of jokers up, man. Get your butter, because it's going to be toast season. That's what I'm telling you. So, yeah, Marcus, after thinking about it, I'm just like, still hating on them. But I'm just like, yeah, whatever. 12, okay. So, and look, Marcus, there's some great wide receiver groups out there. So there's a whole lot of weapons out there. Great wide receivers group. So
100%.
All good. All good with me.
I guess for me, it's like when I see lists like this, right? I mean, because I don't think Bill Barber's trying to get clickbait. He's a very established NFL writer, not trying to get clickbait. For me, it's like I see these comments and I see a lot of these sports shows, they are clickbait. They say these BS takes because they know people are going to clip it and talk about it all over the place. But for me, it's like I read these things and I'm like, do I have like Chief blinders or not? I'm a huge Chiefs fan, but I'm not a homer by any means. I'll say, when we talk about on the show, when we have weak spots, we talk about it. It's not like, oh, we're fine in every capacity. No, when we've had weak spots, we talk about it. And like for me, I think our pass catchers and our weapons, I don't think that's 12th at all. Because we're talking about tight ends, we're talking about the running backs, we're talking about all these things. And it's like when I see people after analysts and insiders saying all these things, I'm like, what am I missing here? I don't get it. I don't get how us as Chiefs fans are the ones that see this. Like, shouldn't everybody see this? Everyone has access to the stats. They know what Rashee Rice was doing before he got hurt last year. They know what he did as his rookie season. So for me, I'm blown away by it, to be quite honest with you.
Well, it's just, how does it respond? How's it going to bounce back from the injury? That's the question. And so that is a legit question. It really is. Xavier Worthy had a great rookie year. How's it going to look if you missed a lot of balls, deep balls to him during the season and it didn't pan out? When you start looking at also, too, us not pushing the ball down the field and we're catching more balls within the 5 to 10 yard area than most other teams. So that's what they're taking into account. I'm fine with that. I want teams to keep playing us like they used to. Keep doing that. Bring the guys up. Go ahead and get 7 deep, and then we're just going to pick you apart. Okay? Because the times we felt like we was going to go deep, we didn't. And the times we tried to go deep, we didn't really link up. But if it's any indication, like Xavier Worthy catching that one in the Super Bowl, that deep ball, ending on that is sitting there saying, that's what we're going to begin with. That's where we're going to start. Okay. So you see what we finished out last, as far as like offensively throwing the ball. Now, how about we go ahead and lay it into y'all coming this year, going out deep on you from the jump. That's what I want to see from the start. Let it fly. Let it fly. And let them suckers fly too. I wouldn't try to say that. Try to say fly. So yeah, let them fly. So.
You're jacked up there. I like that.
Yeah. But no, man. We didn't need to. We don't need to make it more than that. Okay, we know what it is.
Jenny, one of the things, obviously, talk about the deepest weapons, and he matches out. We had Tyreek Hill, Kelce, but it's our deepest weapons we've had. And he mentioned 8 to 9 receivers, and I know we have a lot of guys in that room. It's obviously what he's saying that that means he's seen so much of a lot of these guys where he wants to keep all of them. And obviously, you can't keep everybody, but 8 to 9 receivers. That's. Do you think there's a world where that happens? Or no, and through Pat's eyes and through his goggles, but this guy had to deal with a million injuries in that receiver room. If he likes 8 or 9 guys like Veach, let's keep these guys ranked. You never know what's going to happen at the top of that chart. Hollywood Brown has an injury history. Rashid's coming back from that knee injury. Juju has a hamstring injury every other week. So it's like, to keep that many guys around. Is it possible to keep 8 or 9?
No, it's not.
No,
not wide receivers. No. If you're gonna do that, they're gonna have to get rid of some running backs and some tight ends. Okay, and just open the door to absolutely a spread offense all the time. So, I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. But when I'm looking at the list of guys we got. Let me see. Nico Remigio, check, weapon. Justin Ross, check, weapon. Justin Larkhart, don't know much about him. Okay, so I don't think he's still with us. Jimmy Holiday,
he's a dude.
He's a dude, right? Elijah Badger, okay. What do you think about him?
Yeah, that's another dude. His agent told us that this is how locked in he is. Not saying the other guys who came on the show aren't locked in, but his agent told us that he's working to make the team. And then once he makes the team, then he'll come on our show. And his agent told us that. So it's like, okay, I respect that he's all in.
Yeah, no, it's all good. All good. Rashid Rice, check. Jalen Royals, check. Juju Smith-Schuster, I say check. Juju got something to him. Joker can run around, man, and catch football. That's what we need. Xavier Worthy, check. Marquise Brown, check. Jason Brownlee, yeah, check. Tyquan Thornton, check. Scott Moore, check. So we got guys. We got them. Pat sees them more than anybody else, okay? And there's no reason for him to blow smoke. Everybody's showing what they can do. So this is why it comes down to, that's why it's vital to get the right guys, who's going to be probably a 6 or your 7 guys. And I think they will carry 7, Marcus. Do I have that? I do.
Yeah, I think each 7, I think.
Yeah, 7 wide receivers. I do believe that. Okay. So
9 would be interesting, though. 8 or 9 would be ridiculous, the amount of numbers, man.
Man, look, there's only one ball that can go around. Ain't no sense having 9 dudes out there, man. 7's going to be tough. There's going to be some jokers on the sideline, even with the 7, because you're really probably going to carry 5 during, 5 or 6 during game day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That tells you how hurt he was with the amount of receivers who got hurt last year. Like, man, let's keep all these guys.
Yeah, for real. For real. So, Yuck Fool said, could Juju get cut if Thornton or one of these other ball out in camp? Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yep.
The thing is, he's going to have to show that he can do a lot more than what catching football. He got to be able to block like Juju, too. Because it's not, at a certain point, it's just not just running rack and catching balls. It's like Juju does everything. So that's why he's very important to what we do.
He brings that blocking, the edge on the side that a lot of these other guys don't really have that yet. I mean, he's got that grown man strength still, and probably the oldest guy in the receiver room.
Yeah, absolutely. Lars Zinsser, is Remigio considered wide receiver or special teams punt receiver? Both. He's got to be both, because you can't just be special teams. You got to wear both hats. You have to. You got to be a capable receiver and a capable returner. That's the only way he's going to be able to make the squad. That's it. When he's healthy, Juju is a monster in the middle of the field. Yeah, he is. And we've seen that. Toward the end of the season, he was the one catching football. I was like, dang, God, look at Juju. Where did he show up? Catching balls, and start sleeping on him.
Well, he had that big Saints game, and then he missed the next 2 or 3 weeks after that because of the hamstring.
Yeah. Man, they ain't threw it to me all season, man. My hamstrings is on fire right now.
It was like a 2018 game. Him and Kareem Hunt went nuts on that Monday night game.
Yeah. You hear it's like his hamstring. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man. That's good though. It's good. So
Chiefs fan from SoCal, JD does steel making. Ooh, that was the one I was surprised you said you had him making it, JD. So if they keep 8 receivers, I think that might be where they cut some slack off.
Yeah, they're not keeping 8 receivers. They're not doing that. I'm just letting you know right now. They're not doing 8 receivers. I know you keep pushing 4, but they ain't doing 8. 7 is the most they're gonna go. 4 tights. I said 5 running backs, right? 3, maybe 4. They might do the one, still might be the other guy, just depends. 2 QBs. This is all, and the practice squad guy, of course, he's going to be practice squad, so no against it. And so I said, 8 linemen, 8 or 9 linemen, so probably 9 linemen. So that's what it's going to be, man. Steele does have a shot. He does have a shot. Legitimate shot. Why? Special teams, okay? We know he'll run tough to get yards for us. We know that. He's got another year on his belt, more mature. We can trust him. We trusted him out last year as a rookie. There's no reason to say, hey, we can't trust this guy this year. All right. And hopefully he's just going to get better. He's going to run harder. He's just going to keep showing what he's going to do. So Steele does have a shot to make it for sure. Absolutely. So, yeah, and Chiefs fan, SoCal, man, appreciate the contribution, brother. I think it was you that gave us the 10. It sure was, or the 20. Yes, gave it a dub. Appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate what you guys do. We appreciate you coming on the show and contributing, all you guys contributing with amazing comments and engagement. We love it. We love it. And we have a new subscriber here, JD. Another one. Sean the Dawn Drake, new subscriber here, ready for week 2 when we humiliate Philadelphia with our full force healthy offense and our new defense.
That's right there.
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Sean, man, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for showing up, showing out, and being a new subscriber, man. We appreciate you. We are humbled by it. Continue to come and keep showing up, brother. But we absolutely do believe that we had to humiliate Philly. We got to get our lick back. That's the get back right there. And they can say, oh, you don't really mean that in the second game of the season. Bull, Duggar, bull. That's what that is, okay? So we just know that game, everybody's been watching that. Trust it. Trust it. You know why? Because we're going to be packed and loaded. Now we got our full force coming at you. So we go ahead and jump on you early, man. Give a couple of speed knots. Go on, get right here. Right there is where it's going to be. So
give him the old 1-2 with a.
Yeah, that's right. give you a Rocky feel. Philly work.
Yeah, exactly. But let's be more like Rocky never lost, huh? Shoot. I was like Thunder Lips.
Yeah, he lost the one. He had to come back.
Part was a draw with Apollo. It was a draw, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he got his tail kicked by Clubber Lane.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He came back. Yeah, part 3. Yeah. And also, Thunder Lips did throw him out of the ring. Hulk Hogan did throw him out of the ring, too, when he did the yeah.
Come on, baby. I'll show you a real man. See, it was something else on that one, boy. I love that. What's your prediction for this fight? Prediction? Pain. Yes, sir. Great lines.
We got we're gonna go to our next topic here. So the countdown is on. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, and still no traction on Trey Smith. So with the July 15th deadline looming, the Chiefs have still not reached an extension with the franchise tag guard Trey Smith. So JD, as each day passes, are you feeling more optimistic or pessimistic that a deal gets done before the season kicks off? And what are the dangers of both sides if they cannot get something done?
Will it get done? You know what? I haven't heard too much in the news about this. I don't know if it gets done or not. I don't. Because you're trying to push it to get where you need to get to. The thing is, the Trey's going to get the guarantee. What is it that he's going to get?
26 mil, I think.
So, hey man, he could go ahead and play for that for the 26. Okay. As that right there in itself is guaranteed.
Sorry, 23 and a half. 23 and a half.
Oh, okay. Only 23 and a half. A few million off. Okay. But good for him. Good for him. So yeah, you want to go ahead and get done with a long-term deal and lock it down. But hey man, I don't know if it's going to happen. I really don't. But I think where they'll be at, they'll be fine with it. It's still contingent on how he plays this year and all of those different things, you know, and show that we still need him and all it. Shoot, that's what he can do. That's what he can, justify getting paid more money and getting paid a long-term contract. So,
I guess. So obviously, when you go into this for next year, right? So the talking about what could be the dangers of it, right? So Trey Smith doesn't get a long-term deal, right? Doesn't agree to a long-term deal. God forbid, has an injury. Then it's like, okay, well now you're coming off an injury. You know how teams are like, well, like are you gonna be the same kind of thing? And then on the other hand, if he comes out and dominates, then it's like, whoa, well. That price tag has gone up a little bit. So, and then the salary cap grows next year. It's like, okay, well, I want more money. So that's where it's like the dangers of it for both sides on this.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you have with guys, man, that sign tenders, So usually when you do that, or you become, a franchise. I mean, that's what happens, right? So, there's always risk being taken on the football field. It is. So, but I don't know. I don't see it happening. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, then they'll just go ahead and move and proceed forward. Right. That's all you can do. And like you said, just come out there and just play, his butt off. And then you're like, okay, now you got to pay. Right. Now you got to pay. So.
Are you surprised that it's I thought when he showed up for those mandatory minicamp days, I thought I was like, okay, they might be close on something. Are you surprised that by now they haven't got something done, and if that deadline comes next week, which we'll talk about again next week, right? Yeah, so we have our Monday show the night before the 15th. Okay, so we'll have another shot at talking about this again, but like, are you going to be surprised that it doesn't happen if it doesn't?
Nope. Won't be surprised at all. Not at all.
And that's because the tag amount being as high as it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's good money, but I they would want a long-term deal. But getting 23.5 smackaroos guaranteed for this year just to play it out, you just trust yourself. Trust that everything's going to work out well, right? And then go from there. Because I say this. Okay, here we go. Let's just say Trey Smith decided not to come in, okay, to get a deal done. He wanted to do the holdout thing. Could they slip somebody in to play that position? And somebody come in and almost play it well? Is that a question? We talked about Jalen Moore, right? So imagine this scenario. I'm not saying that they're going to do this, but here's a scenario that you can almost get. So you have Josh Simmons, Jalen Moore, who's backing him up, and they're 2 starting left tackles. So say you say, hey, Jalen Moore, let's move you down to left guard. Take King Suma, move him over to right guard. If Trey Smith is not there. They could play musical chairs with those, those positions if they wanted to, right? I mean, it's what teams do, okay? And teams don't feel, obviously, because we just talked about the whole blood, collective bargaining agreement and whatnot. They're not going to allow guys to really hold them hostage. They're not. Talking about same Trey Hendrickson out there in, Cincinnati. Well, Shamar Stewart still needs to sign. I don't know if he signed or not. If he didn't sign, but they got a young guy to say, hey, well, if Trey's not here, they know Trey wasn't going to be here, Trey Hendrickson. So when they got somebody in the draft. So that's the thing. That's what are you putting in place of if I don't take that, that chance? What do you do? So that's the question, man. That's the question. And that's one thing you don't want to see. You don't want to see somebody come in and start playing as good as you are. Or saying like, hey, man, we could do this. Because they will try to find it. Look, Will Shields, Hall of Fame guard. Okay, I played with my guy. And I remember we had a conversation one day. He said, JD, you used to call me Thor. Thor. He said, man, they're always looking to replace you. Always looking to replace you. Like, daggone it. Will Shields, who's going to be a Hall of Fame guard, is saying this. There's a truth to this. And I know that. I knew that, in Philly. Got to KC. And you see guys, because they make more money, become expendable. I keep saying this. Sometimes it happens. Can they do without a guy? You best believe they will try it. They will. So I'm not saying they will, but hey, man, teams will try it. They always got a contingency plan.
Do you think there's a shot of a potential this kind of leaking into training camp? I thought him going to mandatory minicamp would be like, okay, he's definitely going to be there for training camp. Do you think there's a chance that he might kind of pull off?
Like I said, maybe it was good faith that he showed up for minicamp saying, hey, I'm all in for this, right? I want to do this. And then all of a sudden, if it doesn't get done, I'm not saying he will hold out, Marcus. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just giving scenarios of things that could happen, right? And if that was one of the things that happened, regardless, it could be Trey, it could be anybody. It doesn't matter who it is, right? Anybody. Like I said, I just brought in Trey Hendrickson in that scenario too. But if they find a guy that could come in and play your position almost as good as you are, and they want to try to get away with it, they will. Teams will try to do that. Are the Chiefs that organization will try those things? I don't see why they're any different from anybody else.
Yeah.
So
no, and that's another beauty about bringing in the amount of depth we brought in with the O-line spot, right? It affords us and allows us to do that if need be.
Well, and that's the thing. Trey Smith is a value there. Him and Creed Humphrey beside each other, Juwan Taylor on their side, man, some bad boys.
Yeah.
Hey, man, but they're not signing anything fully for a reason. Maybe they're like, man, we should try to kick the can down the road. But if you got 23.5 guaranteed, hey.
Yeah, bet on yourself going into the next year with that 3.5 guarantee. Yes, we got a few questions on this topic from our peeps. Gary Holland, JD and Marcus, what's more important, signing Trey Smith or Karlaftis?
Was more important? McDuffie. and then it'd probably be Trey Smith. Trade. Of course, man. I think Trey, he deserves a good contract, man. But he's been playing his tail off. So,
yeah. With the 5th-year option on, that's the beauty about the first round picks. We have the extra buffer with McDuffie and Karlaftis.
Right. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, you don't have to do anything, man. You don't have to do anything with them right now. You don't have to.
It's more of an urgent matter with this whole Trey Smith stuff. Justin the Way question: if he doesn't sign, won't that hinder the Chiefs from getting Trent and George signed?
If he doesn't sign, it doesn't hinder the Chiefs at all from signing Trent and George. If I'm understanding what you're saying, Justin, it shouldn't.
No,
because
we technically have 2 more years with McDuffie and and
Yeah.
Karlaftis.
So we'll still have money to spend with guys, especially, for Trent and George later on down the road. So, and I get everybody wants to sign a deal right now. It's like, that's what your agent's supposed to do. As long as your agent include with the team, say, hey, you know what? That's okay. Just wait. Don't worry about it. Don't give them guarantee money. We don't want the biggest contract. So let's sign up for something, menial right now. So the barbershop says, is Trey Smith, to the question of Gary Holland, no debate. You had to protect Patrick Mahomes. Yes, you do have to protect Patrick Mahomes. In barbershop, we have now something we have not had is depth. We have depth with capable guys that's there. All right. So I'm just saying it because it's true. Now, does that mean that the guy that's depth pieces behind Trey Smith is as good as Trey Smith? I'm not saying that at all. But I know the guys that are there will try to compete to be as good as Trey Smith. The teams will try to find those things out for sure. So.
Yeah. Justin Blackwell's got a good point here. Veach and Smith are being nice to you guys, giving everyone something to talk about during the lull.
Shoot, they ain't worried about us. Shoot, they're in the war room right now. Okay. They're going to see who flinches first.
Exactly.
Greg Rose says, I love the man and don't want to lose him, but again, he's not a top guard.
Yeah. It's a fair argument. I've seen a lot of people say that about this being paid top guard money.
I know that's and look, Trey Smith should get everything he asked for and then some. He should absolutely do that. Obviously they're saying he's going to profit off of because of where it is, the market, the guard market. But shoot, you should have a guy that's going to be able to set that. Trey Smith is a hell of a player. He is. And he's just going to get better and better every year. You love his demeanor. You love the things that he does. His passion, what he gives to you. I mean, man, that's the guard that you want. And so if you feel comfortable with that, man, you don't need to go looking for other guys. But it's his teams and this is business. So that's how it works. And
I thought when they traded Tooney, I thought we were going to see a Trey Smith deal really early on in the offseason once they traded Tooney. Got to save that money. Got a question here from Yuck FooTube 2.0. If a team trades for Trey Smith, do the Chiefs trade him? So I guess if a team throws us an offer, would the Chiefs trade him?
I don't know about that. I don't know because they don't have to. You got him in house, so it's either he's going to play for us or he ain't playing for anybody else. That's kind of what it is. Like now, we ain't doing that. We good where we are, and we're gonna go with our guy. Okay.
Yeah, it's too much change. You don't trade Tooney and Trey Smith in the same offseason. Nah, that ain't happening.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, Pono. How's it, JD? Would the Bengals bite in Hendrickson for George, a first and third rounder? Would they? Yeah, they would. I think they would. But Trey Hendrickson, you can't give too much up for him. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that either. We're not going into no. Trey's a great player. He is, Trey Hendrickson. But there's also a limit to we're good. We're okay. Because we still have to pay the guy if you want to do that. So we're not going to give up the farm for something we ain't doing no bad deals.
Yeah, that would be a horrible deal. First, third, and Karlaftis.
Yeah, nah. Ain't happening. You take his fifth round and like it. How about that?
Yeah, right. We'll pay him. You guys aren't going to pay him, so.
Right.
All right, so this is an interesting topic here, JD. So after being named NFL's top interior defensive lineman in 2024, Chris Jones has slipped in ESPN's 2025 top 10 rankings, with Dexter Lawrence taking over the top spot. And the article that Jeremy Fowler wrote, one anonymous veteran coach told Jeremy Fowler, quote, best D tackles in the league take over the run and pass. And there were moments where you didn't notice Jones much. The best at that position crashed the game no matter what. So my question to you, JD, is this a sign of real decline, or is just Jones being unfairly labeled as he ages?
You know what? I've heard this argument before. Okay. I heard this argument from, former players that kind of watch Chris Jones. And they say, and I've always debated this because I don't believe it whatsoever. It doesn't hold water to me. And I'm like, look, let you get double and triple team all game and see how you flow. See how that'll wear you down. Okay. And I'm talking about year after year after year after year after year. Right, Marcus? That's what's been happening. So if on the run game, you might say he's not giving his all. Well, shit, the man just got finished benching and going through 800 pounds of a man. That's what he's doing. So you could say that, but what Chris can do, he can anchor, he can hold up, let other guys come in and get the tackle. Because really, that's what our defense is. We're a bend and don't break at the line of scrimmage. Hey, hold the guys up so our linebackers can flow. Chris does a good job of that. Now, there's times he gives up lanes, right? I see this in games. And it could be fatigue. It could. But when Chris puts his head to it to stop a play, you're not stopping it. Just not. So I to say that Chris is just a one-dimensional player is just absolutely is ridiculous to make that statement. It is because he is so much of a game changer on the defensive line that he don't have to come in and stop the run. His presence alone is going to take two guys out of there just to try to block him. And I guarantee the guard and the center and everybody, hey man, I need help on this play. I got Chris. You best believe they know when 95 is lined up in front of them. They know that. So them jokers' knees are shaking before they get up there because they're like, oh, shoot. What is he going to put on me now? So, it's just what it is. But Chris has been a dominant force at defensive tackle. Since he's been here. He has. And definitely if not the best, one of the best for the past 5 years. So, hey, man, you could call it what you want to. You could say he's one-dimensional, all that. I call him dominant. That's what he is. And somebody else, he's a beast because he is. Okay? He is that guy. All right? So the thing is, man, you just can't, sit there and, well, he's one-dimensional. I wouldn't know context. Really? Okay. All right. Well, you keep believing it. Let him keep punching you in the mouth because it sounds like you're a little salty because he's probably been killing you jokers, and throwing you on the backfield every time that, he had a chance and opportunity. That's why you won't do it. A little hate sound like it to me, Marcus. So.
Yeah, it was probably one of the worst takes I've seen from when I see the anonymous coach stuff. That was pretty. I mean, you don't want. I hope this coach is watching football because you watch any game within the first 5 minutes of the opposing offense in there, you see Jones getting doubled right out the gate, and this has been going on for the last 5-6 years. So obviously he's doing something right to be double triple team and held every freaking play.
Man, held. That's what blatantly held. That's another thing. They literally don't call holding on the offense on Chris Jones. It doesn't exist. And it's so frustrating to watch. Because I'm sitting there like, oh man, he's getting held this play. He's getting held every play. And it's almost like the Shaq rule because he's so dominant. You're like, yo, you don't call this. Hey, well, he's killing everybody out there. He's been doing it. Well, you can still call it because it's still the rule, right? That's still the rule, Marcus. And they just don't do it, man. I'm telling you, man, they had me standing up yelling at the TV. My wife's not here now. She knows because I'm sitting there like, no, look, they hold me. They always talk about that. Oh, it's frustrating to even think about, man. So, do you remember a couple of years ago people didn't want to pay Chris Jones? You remember that?
Yeah, crazy. I still can't believe we even had that discussion. That we had people on the opposite side of that saying, oh, no, you can't do it. You can't do it. Pay Snead. And what happened this year, Snead barely played this year. That same lingering injury he had, the knee injury, that still went with him to Tennessee. Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Steve back boy too, man. Love Steve. Yeah. But hey, man, I was like, man, we gonna have a mistake. Because if Chris ain't over there to stop the pass, makes Steve's job a lot harder. So,
well, and also too, like to talk about him not being a two-dimensional and not being a one-dimensional defensive tackle. Come to think of it, I know we got dominated in the passing game in the Super Bowl, but everyone was saying Saquon Barkley was going to dominate the Chiefs. He didn't do anything in that game. That was his worst playoff game by far. And what are you saying? Chris is only a one-dimensional guy? Well, he's not. He's not a run stuffer because we had one of the best run defenses in the league this past year. So I mean, I don't understand that.
Thank you. Right. You don't have to be the penetrator all the time. Oh, he takes off on that too. Man's been worn down. We've been asking like, oh man, the guys beside him have to be the ones to come and step up to give their help. Right. When they have one-on-ones, they need to eat. They need to dominate. So shouldn't have to put everything on Chris's shoulder. Don't have to. Shouldn't have to. So he got some help now. He got some good help with some guys. He had some help last year too to show like, hey, look, we don't have to always look at that. This is a team sport, man. It's a team game. Shoot. So
that's part of the reason why we've been begging the team to actually take, considerable action on the defensive line to give him some help because it's literally been him. And I know we brought in Menahu to play inside outside and for his suspension and the injury, we haven't really had a full share of him. We'll finally have a full share of him this year. But when he came back 2 years ago and he actually did give Chris some help on the inside, we saw like, man, look, there's some actual juice on there. They can't just triple team him every time. So and now you have Lott, you have all these guys, you have Pinnell. It's going to be interesting to see how teams play him. And when they do this list next year, they might have to make some adjustments there.
Yeah. Sasha said such a stupid clickbait take. I wouldn't even say it's clickbait because they truly believe that, Sasha. They truly do. Like I said, I've had conversations with guys, former players, like, oh, yeah, man, he done really take us off on a lot of games. Look at him, check him out. I'm like, yo, man, like the guy's getting held every single play. He can't be 100% all the time. And yes, if something happens, you're going to look at him more than anything else because you're putting everything on his shoulders. What about the other guys around him? They got to do their job too. So yeah, Sasha, I think it's a little clickbaity, but also too, that's what the people really believe. They ain't really saying it just to be saying it. I've heard, guys, players in the league say same thing about that. Pono said Spags needs to utilize Leo in more linebacker blitzes. That's where he ate him up at Wisconsin. Pono, I agree with you 1,000%. 1,000%. We need to utilize Leo a little bit more than what we do. Hopefully that happens. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Greg Rose, how do you take advantage of a double team?
One thing you gotta do is take a pal, make a pal. How do you take advantage of double team? Next thing you do is you see this thing, you see this right here, this meat hook, this forearm. You take this sucker right here and you put it right up underneath there as much as you can. As soon as snapping the football, you take it and you mug that joker as far as you can back. All right. So you don't keep doing that anymore. That's what you do. Okay. You put all this on them. Put all this on them. You make them feel all of that right there. Okay. Couple little rib shot, little gut punches. That's what you do. That's how you take advantage of that double team. You sit there and make sure that double team's not going up to your linebacker to cut him off. So, you make sure they pay for it each and every time. You beat them up before they beat you. So you almost, Chris Jones, y'all can see him over there like on the time. Come on, bring it on to me. Come on, baby, bring it. This thing over is crazy. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I mean, it also too is like to dog the guy and say he's the one-dimensional. It's like, well, why is he getting triple team then? Why do teams offensive game plans want to take him out of the game if he is a one-dimensional guy? He's getting triple teamed on every play, double teamed on every play. So if he was this one-dimensional dude, then teams wouldn't have to take him out of the game by holding him and bear hugging him with two dudes.
Yeah, right. We'll just keep running straight at him if you know he's going to be taking plays off.
Right.
Chris Jones is not going on this play. Go ahead and run straight at him. Okay, try it. See what happens.
I mean, I've seen comments where people say, yeah, he comes out of the game a lot, and like with durability and stamina, maybe conditioning, maybe something he needs to kind of work on a little bit. But like again, this guy is being weighed down by what you say, 800 pounds worth of dudes I mean, anyone's going to be gassed. Superman's going to be gassed by that.
Marcus, he's doing the work with 2 men. That's what he's doing. He's doing the work with 2 men, 2 or 3. Remember in was it a playoff game or the Super Bowl? It was Super Bowl, and he said, "Man, I need this one play." Chris is over at gas, like, "All right, I'm gonna go back in. I got it." He's just like, let me just take a knee. Let me just get one breath, right? And go right back in there. So,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, so whoever that coach is, that anonymous coach, he probably has gotten his ass whooped a time or two by Chris Jones. That's sour grapes. All right, so now we're going to get to Josh Simmons, our final topic here. So the rookie left tackle has been, a big part of our show since pre-draft, and it seems like every week a new person is making major comparisons to him. And the new one is George Karlaftis. He kind of talked about what Jason Kelce had said about comparing him to Trent Williams, and he was on Speak on FS1 and made similar comments. And then today, a new person came on. It was Matt Nagy on Travis Kelce's podcast, the New Heights podcast, also talked about Josh Simmons, and the Kelce brothers again raved about him. So here is what all these guys had to say about our franchise left tackle.
Knows what he's talking about when he's talking about all linemen, right? But there's definitely a lot of shades there. Just with the athleticism alone, his size, I think that's a fair comparison. Just off the intangibles alone, let's see how he develops. I think he has all the tools, the intangibles, and the work ethic to be as great as he wants to be. It's all about putting in the work at the end of the day. So
this kid looks incredible. Looked incredible at Ohio State. What do you think he'll bring once he's fully back and healthy?
Yeah, I really love his athleticism. You're right. I mean, his ability to really show his strength and athleticism on the edge, one-on-one, being able to recover if he gets beat. I mean, it's rare.
Dude, it was like flashes of like Jason Peters, like Trent Williams type of movement and bending and redirecting. I agree 100%. Yeah.
Agree, man. He's going to really put it together. And I think like right now, just Jace, as you know, man, just kind of understanding the calls and all the different calls you can have at the line of scrimmage, when you're going to, squeeze and, different.
That's what the guard's for. He's got to block the man Mountain Dean on the end. The guard could tell him, hey.
That's right. That's right. So he's really, really been locked in, though. It's been great to see him like in meetings and out of practice. He's almost sometimes a little bit too serious because he's really locked in. It's good to see.
That's what blew me away was everybody's talking about how athletic he is, and you see that immediately. Seeing him go through drills and how comfortable he is, how great of a base he has, and everything like that. But even when he's just like working some of the scout team stuff because his knee isn't just quite back for him to go full go yet, he's dialed in. He's giving good looks. He's making sure he's helped. Like he is a professional already. He is so bought in, and he understands, I think, what situation that he's in, and being that big of a pick for the Chiefs, baby. I think he's actually light years ahead of where I was imagining he could be. Not to say that I was expecting something else. I just didn't know what to expect from him, not knowing him that well. But
he's a rookie.
Yeah, exactly. He's a rookie, but he is dialed in, and he looks like he's ready to work, baby, and I love that.
So obviously you love hearing what Karlaftis has to say. You love hearing what Kelce has to say. Jason, I don't know if Simmons has an agent, but Jason Kelce needs to be his agent, I think, because like he's a big fan of his. But JD, the question here, you and I have been excited about this guy for a while. We thought there was a chance he might not play this year. We didn't really know. We still don't know. But as we hear more and more about Josh Simmons, and like it was at the end of that conversation, they're like, well, he's a rookie at the end of the day. But they're talking about him like he's the next Trent Williams, he's Jason Peters. Are we kind of, and I'm not saying us, but like, are the Chiefs players and some of these media members, are we kind of setting him up for like these unreal rookie year expectations? I just feel like if he does play week one, if he has a bad game, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people like, whoa, everyone's lying about him. And I feel like there's gonna be a major overreactions. And I don't want this guy to be set up for these unrealistic expectations right out the gate.
Listen, they're just speaking about what they see. That's it. They're asking an opinion about what you see from this guy, and they're giving you the honest opinion and truth of what they see. His athleticism, he's locked in, his size, his power, how he's able to recover if he gets beat, like all these different things. And this is him not even being 100%, Marcus. So this is what I've been screaming about, trying to get this guy here, because I said he was the best tackle in the draft, without a doubt. It was even crazy to even consider somebody else. I'm like, is Josh Simmons a bust for me? I know this because I played a game. I've coached, offensive linemen. I know great offensive linemen. I've seen great tackles. I've seen them work. I know what a great tackle can be and what he can do and how he looks. So Jason is he's validating the things that I've said and thought, as well as Travis is seeing it now too. It's not unreal expectations. It's just this is what the guy, that's the talent he has. What are you supposed to say? Yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah, he is. So, yeah, like George was sitting there saying, like, it's all about the work. It's the development. It's picking things up. Nagy was saying the same thing. And so that's what it's all about as a young guy. The talent is there. It's obvious to everybody that knows football, who's been watching him, how good of a player that he is. Now it's about putting all that work and all that talent and all those things together to come on the field and do his job. But that's why he was highly touted, would have probably been the first tackle taken if he wasn't hurt. They were saying that last year that was probably the best tackle in the draft if he came out. I don't think any of this is unreal. I don't. I said that. I said I think that he probably go down as one of the greats, when it's all said and done, especially if he stays healthy. If he stays healthy and that knee doesn't come back bothering him, it's not aching and all those different things, I do truly believe that, man. He is a big man that moves fast and moves great. He has great feet. He can stalk a linebacker or corner because he's just that good. So none of that is unreal expectations. They see it. What do you say? You ain't supposed to say how good he is? Is that what you're supposed to say? Oh yeah, he sucks. Yeah, he got a little work. This guy's shocking me from what I see. Like I'm amazed. And like they was like, well, we didn't know what to say. Like I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really expect this. But hey, man, you can't shrink down now because everybody sees what you do. That's reality. And as a coach and as a player, I've seen how good you are. I've seen that. Everybody's seen how good you are. There's no need to do no shrinking. For what? Go out there and go ball. Go play. We got his support. He got his back. And that's all he needs, man. He stays healthy, man. He's the proof will be in the pudding. We'll say that. So it's real.
Yeah, I mean, it's just for me, it's like one of those things where like you and I have been excited about him. We thought he was the best tackle in the draft. It was like I remember Taylor saying, "Oh, maybe Josh Connolly might be there," and it's like, "Nah, let's go edge, let's go D tackle if Josh Connolly's there at that pick. If Simmons is not there, I don't want to take another tackle." And we were both right on that, and that's ended up being the case. But for me, it was like I don't want to be in a situation because I remember last year there was people which you and I laughed at, but there was people, content creators who were saying King Suma was the next Willie Rope. And we're like, whoa, let's hold up there. Let's not say that about the guy. And then week 1, week 2, he gets dominated and we don't see him ever again after week 2 against the Bengals. Sorry, I got the phone on. But yeah, I just don't want to be in that similar situation with Simmons or people. Everyone's expecting Trent Williams from day one. It's like, well, he's a rookie. He's going to get to that point. And,
I think what they're doing is they're comparing ability, right? The things and attributes that Trey has is prominent in Josh Simmons. You see it. It's there, right? You see athletic Trent Williams is. You sitting there saying like, wow, Josh Simmons is an athletic tackle. So all we're looking for him to be is, man, the next Josh Simmons. That's it. That's all. Okay. Like you said, we don't look for those comparisons and stuff, but it's great, to give him that type of, compliment for what he's shown so far. But hey, man, he's going to play. Let him play. Let him play. We got to support either way. So that's the way you look at it. They got the guy that they wanted, Marcus, and put it this way. We were talking about getting somebody here to protect Patrick Mahomes for the future. We got him. We got that guy in Josh Simmons. Jalen Moore came here. We had him too. And we sitting there saying, man, we got a chance to get this guy who is a talent. I said, and I keep reiterating this, that I feel could be one of the greats. Get him. Get him. So.
Yeah. And I think the difference with hearing the ridiculous comparisons to King Suma was King Suma was a project, right? It was like he might need a lot of work, not need a lot of fine tuning. Those concerns have never been mentioned with Josh Simmons at all. It was all about his injury and was he going to be able to come back this year and how he's going to so skill. I mean, that was never like a debate. So it's much different than the whole King Suma comparisons last year.
Listen, pull up a picture of Josh Simmons and them eyes. He got, when you talk laser focus, he got some eyes that like you can tell that joker is absolutely locked in. Every time I see him, that joker is like, you know what I mean? Like intense.
You want like one of his like the picture on the right there, or do you want like one of his like in game like photos?
It don't matter. Somebody that shows them eyes. You can show he's locked in. You can just tell from a guy like this. Hey, this picture almost look like he said, man, what you got me taking this old like cute picture or something? Man, you just gotta look at it. Yeah, he's a serious dude, man. You can tell he's having fun, but you can tell also too he's out there to win. Okay. It's a dude wakes up like, yeah, he does. Just wake up like this. The whole day.
They are locked in eyes.
Yeah, like Mr. Fundamental. When Mr. Fundamental used to lock in, it was over. You see him eyes? Yeah, you knew Timmy D when he started doing that with them eyes like that. Uh-oh. Let him go to work. It's a glamour shot. I love that shot. Look at that. Look at that boy right there, Josh Simmons. Look at the guy, man. Great shot.
But yeah, I mean, I that's the thing too. I don't want to make it seem like I'm like putting cold water on this. I'm excited as can be about this. This is the guy that you and I wanted. I just don't want to come on Twitter after week one if he plays week one and he has a mid game and it's like, oh man, like we're rushing this guy. He said, I don't want to deal with that timeline on Twitter if people overreact. I don't want to deal with that.
Get it, Marcus. Listen, we're gonna get hate either way. You know how it is. Forget it. Don't matter, man. None of that matters. It doesn't, because somebody's always going to say something. It's always going to be criticism, regardless of it. Patrick Mahomes could come out the first week and throw for 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, and run for 200 yards, and they will still say the team was a lame team. Somebody was hurt, and Patrick Mahomes didn't look that great. That's what they'll say.
Yeah,
they still won't give him all the credit. That's fine. Like Coach McVille says, "Hey man, you want credit? Go to the bank." That's what you do. Let them go out there and go play, man. Let them jokers go out there and go play and hit people over the head, And it's a process for him to get better and better and better and better. But by no means do I think Josh Simmons is going to be a bust. No, I'm thinking else. It is apparent to everybody, like somebody said, that no ball played ball before, the coaches and whatnot. And G-Pick said they're not searching for, compliment. Hey, well, he's got great hair. He got great hair. Look at that picture. It looks great. No, they sit there saying this dude is a real dude. This is a real guy they're going against. They know that. And I guarantee everybody that went against him up in Ohio State, they know it too. So.
Yeah, it's pretty clear across the board. That's why every week it's a new person. That's what we're talking about every week. Is every week's a new person saying, "Oh man, like I vouch,"
Yeah, that's funny. Pepe and Trey, I had never heard that one before. Yep, he only walked on water because he couldn't swim. That is pretty good. I had not heard that one. Haters hate. Love it. Stu's a meat hook. I like it. Stu, your meat hooks right here, baby. Put the hooks in there. And that's Stu. Don't think I didn't hear you say that, man. I see when somebody said we're going to take to Philly, second game of the season, you was like, not a chance.
He needs to get his teams in order. Is he a Baker and Buccaneers fan, or is he an Eagles fan? He needs to figure it out.
He's an Eagle fan for sure. Well, yeah, I'm sure he likes Baker, because he's still playing it down there.
That's true. I mean, yeah, Baker. Baker's playing the flag in Tampa. He's putting Tampa on the map.
Baker's a top 25 quarterback. You give it to him. Top 25.
Gosh. I believe on that. I believe on that weapons list that I was talking about earlier. I believe they had Tampa Bay in the top 10.
Yeah, they had to. Shoot, if not top 5, they better. Shoot, they got everybody around him. I was telling me and Neff were just talking about that.
What about Tampa Bay specifically?
Yeah, they got weapons.
They do.
They do. Yeah.
It's probably best receiver room, I would say, top to bottom. I mean, if Egbuka from Ohio State pans out, I mean that's a dirty room. McMillan was a second round pick last year. I mean, that's a good room.
Yeah. This wide receiver room, top to bottom, it's a strong case for him. Strong case. There's some really good wide receiver rooms out there, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We got some Baker fans in here.
Somebody get drafted by Cleveland. Yeah, he made it. He made it all right. They ran him up out of town. Made it.
Yeah, 100% Pepe trades. Josh Simmons brings realistic hope to the left tackle for position. 100%. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Faye left us out of here. Faye said she got to get up at 4 a.m. What she said on Monday or something? Somebody said she go on a deer hunt.
But all right, guys. Well, that does it for us on this Wednesday evening. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Got a lot of topics in tonight, some serious talk, and obviously some good Chiefs talk. But JD's going on vacation, guys. So let JD know I have a good trip and a safe travels, and then we'll see him next week while he's on vacation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that so much. Definitely. So I'm gonna have a fun time. This is a wonderful show. Appreciate it, everybody, with all your questions. Just talking to you all. Great engagement as always, man. I love you guys. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the greatest. And like I said before, man, we couldn't do it without you. So listen, I'm gonna say bye to you all. I will see y'all on Monday. Me and Marcus both will see you on Monday. I'm obviously gonna be on the beach, and enjoying the vacation. Get my toes in the sand a little bit. So it's always a great time to go down and go see the folks down there. So listen, I tell you good night, bid adieu. Demetrio Spence, Sasha, Justin DeWay, good to see you all. Pepe Atreides, good to see you. Joe C, appreciate it, man. I will enjoy it. Justin, thank you, sir. Laura Zingser, thank you. Laura, Witchy Hall, appreciate you. Witchy, G Pick, thank you, my guy. Andre Chanel, thank you so much. Teron Young, appreciate it. Let me see. Joe C, appreciate you, my guy. Greg Rose, thank you, sir. Can't wait for the 10 years at the Ben Finger Pick. I don't know. Maybe it was the picture. I don't know what it was talking about. Who else we got on here? Let me see. Some of the people I've seen on here, obviously. Faye saying bye to her. Laura Zingser, thank you. Laura as well. MJ, training camp will tell the take for all. Yes, it will, MJ. For sure, MJ. And night to you too, sir. TMB, what up, TMB? They still might let him sit for a while to make sure he's 100%. I wouldn't be mad at that at all, Tim B. Well said, sir. Why not? Teron Young, appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Yuck. Food 2.0. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Who was on here? Who else? I think Hannah was on here. I seen Hearts of Rosa was on. Just going from memory. I seen Del Monte Green Beans. I'm the Brown. My guys. Pono Kawhi, appreciate you, Pono, coming in, showing your face, throwing some good stuff out there. The Barbershop, my guy, appreciate your Barbershop. Gary Holland, thank you so much, sweetie. Love you. See you. What we're going to have for dinner tonight. So hopefully we have something really well. We might have to step out and go grab something. We ain't got nothing up there. So let me see who else we got on here, man. Da, 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 da. Melly Matrix is here. What up, Melly Matrix? I see you come in a little bit saying what's up to us. I appreciate you. About time, man. Appreciate it, my brother. Hey, enjoy that Eagle Rare. I know you were sitting there saying you were sipping on it, so I know you're done with it. But that's a good sip right there, man. For sure. Da, 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 da. Let me see who else is out here. Man, where is my guy? John Clifford. I ain't seen you in a while, John. I don't know if you're still out here or not, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Every time I see that the motorcycle helmet, I was like, okay, my guy, John Clifford here. Unknown alias. What's up, man? Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Chiefs fan from Southern California. What's going on, man? Appreciate the contribution to you as well. Chiefs fan from Southern Cali. Appreciate you. All right? Hold it down out there, okay? Don't let them jokers mess with you. Okay? Get them suckers in the mouth. They said something about the Chiefs. You know what it is. Let me see who else we got in here, man. Sasha. Oh, Sasha. Rich Cooper. Oh, oops. I almost said oops. I don't know how it came out. I really wasn't trying to curse. I wasn't. I started getting hype and then, start flying. Lips start flying a little bit. So, yeah. Like I said, I seen Hannah in here in the house. John Clifford, there he is. My guy. Who else? Stu, my guy, Stu. Stu, man, I'll be talking to you, brother. All right? Be talking to you, man. Hearts and Roses. Appreciate your Hearts and Roses. Beach 303. What's going on? Yeah, Beach says Reggie Wright's second contract is 4 years, $6 million. Yeah, that's crazy back then. Guys are getting paid. Shoot, Reggie probably make about $35 million from there. Optimistic James, what's up, man? Appreciate you, Jason Tarbox. Appreciate you, guy. Jason, great name, man. Great name. Marcus, you really have somebody who has the same name as you. Now, don't you have there's like a connection there? Like, hey, somebody. Yeah,
100%.
And like your parents did well. Name me Mark. Name me Jason.
But it's the worst when you meet someone who has the same name. You're like, gosh, I can't say that guy's personality.
What?
There was a dude who I went to high school with, same name, kind of douchey,
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, we share the same name with that guy.
Yeah, those guys are never good. Thank you. Stanley Mooney, appreciate it, my brother. Good to see you. None of your business in here. What's going on? None of your business. Let me see who else we got in here, man. Ooh, the chat was hot tonight, man. Ikoy was here. Appreciate that, Ikoy. My guy, General 51, new subscriber. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you for showing up for us. All right, come on back. Come holler back at us. Linda Hunter, thank you so much, Linda Hunter. Let me see. Janae Raines was in here too. That's why I knew I'd seen the name in here. Lou 82, what's going down? Revenge tour on deck. Yes, sir. You already know. That's what it is. And let me see. Did I say Nafis Foster? If I didn't, I'll say it again, Nafis. I was going to say Joe E. Marcus, I guess that might be it, man. Shoot, if I ain't got it. Hey, listen. Hey, appreciate you all. Y'all take care. Love you guys. Y'all be good to each other. Take care of one another. God bless. We will see y'all next week. Hey, have a great weekend. Marcus, my brother, love you, man. All right.
Love you, man.
Okay.
Again, safe travels, buddy.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Of course, man. Of course. See you guys on Monday, and JD will be at the beach. Everyone's gonna be jealous seeing JD in the sand while he does the show on Monday.
Bring Sam back with me. All right.
Hey, do it. Yes, all right, guys. Have a good weekend, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.